So, hello to Bahareh and Melike from Oslo, from Norway, the creators of Immigrant-ish, which we have in our official selection this year at the Nordic Film Days, Lübeck, the pandemic edition. First questions to you two. Maybe we start with Bahareh. What is your background or your story that you wanted to maybe bring into this show? I can imagine that everything creators write has something to do with yourself. So what is your personal story behind that?
Well, my personal story, my family moved to Norway about 36 years ago, maybe. Or 35 years ago. I grew up here, and I've always been very interested in TV and TV series and films, and I never really grew up seeing anyone that I could feel like represented me at a young age, or just not a lot of diversity on TV. So that's something that I've been craving to have for myself, and for now I'm a mother, and for my child, and for other little brown children growing up in this country. So I went to school for advertising, but then after a few years doing that, I started working on a soap in Norway, and that's where I met Melike.
Melike, how about you?
It's pretty similar, actually. I moved here when I was 1, and my parents I was born in Turkey, and I grew up in a small town in Norway where there weren't many people with diverse background, and if I heard someone speak Turkish on the street, I would get very excited. I know in Germany that's very normal, but here I never did, and now we were able to make a show where they speak Turkish and Persian and Punjabi, and it's really exciting. And I was working right after school. I started working at the soap where I met Bahareh, and I worked there for 5 years. First as a script assistant, and I worked through most of the script department and ended up as the script supervisor or editor, I think you can call it. Yeah.
So how was the show received in Norway? What do you know about the people watching it? And whom do you think you wanted, basically to target with your show?
Well, the response to the show has been overwhelmingly positive. It's just the critics have loved it. The audience is really liking it. They're sending us, still to this day, messages. They're finding us online, sending us what they think and how much they needed a show like this. So it's been really, really nice, actually. What was the second part of your question?
Who was your target audience? Who do you wanted to reach, basically? And or maybe you even reached other audiences or people that you thought, oh my God, I didn't think about that. I don't know. Right. The 70 plus people totally go crazy for the show or something.
Melike, would you like to?
Yeah, I can answer. So when we were working on it, we were thinking about the main target audience as us. We were thinking about females in their 30s with a diverse background in Norway. Yeah. But we see that we reached a broader audience. We reached people with Norwegian background, older, younger, and we've been getting a lot of positive response from very many different groups, and that's very exciting.
So are you planning to go for season 2? Is this kind of an idea that you had right from the beginning, or is this something that you're not interested in, or what are your thoughts about it?
Well, we didn't plan for a season 2, but we've always talked about how we definitely feel like we have enough stories to tell about these characters. So it's up to the network right now, but we're, you know, we're hoping they want to see more. The audience has been expressing that they want more, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, totally. And I was wondering what were your thoughts for the audience to understand the three characters in your show are struggling with tradition, also parents and growing up and saying no to things and wanting other stuff and being Norwegian and not being Norwegian at the same time. It's all like interwoven, and it's a nice mixture of everything. There's a lot of contrasts. So what were your thoughts about what would be the core thing to understand for the audience?
I think part of what we'd like them to understand is that there's a lot of diversity in diversity. There's a lot of stories to tell. The one that we're telling is just a small fragment of it, but there's so much more. And you know, some of the feedback that we've been getting are from the audience who want to see more. They want other cultures as well to be you know, put in here into this group. And you know, whether we do that or not, I think it just proves that the audience is very hungry for just more of these authentic stories.
Yeah. Melike, from your side, something?
Yeah, definitely agree. And we really wanted to show the complexity about how, yes, you can have different characters that have these different kind of connections to their parents that maybe Norwegians do, but it's still varied from each other. And it's, yes, they all talk about how they need to respect their parents, but each in their own way. And it's very complex. So that was a lot of our ambition to show culturally specific and diverse characters and stories.
And has there been like a hidden script to the story? Because I thought, you know, it's like, as we're talking about complexity and there's diversity in diversity. So, but yet the three main characters are friends. You know, it's like Carrie Bradshaw, we're walking around Oslo for coffee, kind of meet people. They're all kind of like privileged. And I was wondering, how did they find together? You know, I mean, they obviously didn't meet as you two in TV show working on the scripts, but there must be some kind of thing in the like a hidden script, if there was one.
So there's I don't know if this is translated, if you can translate this to other countries in Europe, but in Norway, a lot of when you want to study medicine, you need very high grades. So after you're finished in school, you often take extra, like you redo some of your courses to get better grades, to get a better score, so you can enter medical school. And a lot of people with parents from the Middle East and Arabic countries and also India want to study medicine. And so these schools where you can redo your grades have a lot of people with diverse backgrounds. So our thought was that that's where they met, but only one of them, Helen, actually finished and went to medical school after.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our
that totally makes sense. It doesn't exist in Germany, so good that you were giving me that idea. Okay, cool. So yeah, I hope to see more of you two, and hopefully there's going to be season 2 of Immigrant-ish. That'll be very interesting. And thank you very much for joining me today on this meeting. And yeah, take care.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
And I hope you enjoy.
We will. Okay. Bye.
Right.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.